Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to After the Match podcast, episode 13. Yeah, on Hello Media. I'm so elated to bring this show onto you to discuss what I tag a bomb of a show. My goodness, the behind the scenes of this recording. When you have me standing to do a podcast session, you know it's bad. When you have me not wanting to appear on camera to do a podcast, you know it's crazy. That was how I felt this year. Shout out and thank you to AJ freaking Styles for making it a little bit easy. But my goodness, in my own head, AJ and everything that happened with AJ wasn't on the show. In my figment of imagination, and thank God that the credits entered, I finished, and before we got the real awesomeness of this entire AJ segment. To me, the AJ segment did not happen on Monday Night Raw. I am telling my head to eliminate that segment off that show, because that show was god awful. My goodness, when Michael Cole for years, Michael Cole has been given the mantle. Michael has been, doing this for years. I mean, he was the outsider coming in, so he understands what it means to be an outsider going into the wrestling business. And this man has had to, take shit, eat shit, and now turn it to whatever. The man has had the best career in that company, being paid the big bucks to do the big things. Forget about the Bexies, forget about the what Bexy and our people, the big sharks. Do with your Bexies awards. Michael is one of the best in the business, and you can argue with your keyboard on that. That man is great. But when you have Michael Cole and Corey Graves, stand out there uninspired. I mean, how energetic, how passionate Michael Cole is when it comes to this business. But here was Michael Cole standing, going out there. I felt as if I was being introduced to watch a funeral. My goodness, back here in Nigeria, we call them burial. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like they somberness, and my goodness, what happened in State Farm? Was there something wrong with the water or what? And at this point, because ever since they came back from the European tour, even in Europe, the Bug have beaten the European fans too, because the show is so lackluster. You have one or two things to get happy for, and even when you are trying to see it still feels a little bit flat, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And this is the WrestleMania season, the season that everything should be amped up, everything should be moving, and Sesame Street Lovec is not giving us shit. What are we doing? Damn. I watch this show, I listen to this show, I'm like, what is going on here? I can't take this shit, and I'm like, fuck, we are fucked. My goodness, this show, let's not even blame. At this point, I am done blaming the fans, but at the same time, you can still put the blame on them, because we know what we are trying to get. Like, they are not really giving us what we are trying to get. You pay all that money, you go in there and sit down on your hands and not do shit. And I'm like, I can't even blame it, because imagine, it's a Monday night. We don't really talk more about, because Raw has been here for over almost going to 4 decades. Going to their 40th year. You know how crazy, like, when you do something, is a routine. So people have had to okay, Raw is coming to my city after work, after the dawn or close of work, I'm gonna go to Raw, or I might take leave, or I might take off on Mondays just so I can make it to Raw. Maybe clock in few more days to round up the because I want to stay till I can go to Raw. Or maybe if I did not get that kind of opportunity, I have to go to Raw after work. Like, people come there after work. There are people that crazy. But at the end of the day, that's not excusable. If you talk about them say, if you build, they will come. If the show is good, the audience will let us know. The audience will make you feel that it is good. The show wasn't good at all. This show felt like fucking burial to me, and I was so uninspired. Like, I watched, I'm like, what? And I'm watching this immediately. I'm grateful I did not watch this live. And thank God Raw is global now. So I watched this immediately when I woke up in the morning. So I'm reporting right now live, and I'm not trying to steal. I'm not trying to steal Trick Williams' gimmick, but streamed the show live immediately when I woke up this morning down here, and I'm like, damn. with the Marco segments, having Gunther come out and talk over their heads and all, kick them out of the ring, and then Adam Pearce come in and try to talk over. Adam's voice was more authoritative than Gunther's, and have him kick Gunther out and have Dragon Lee like. Even with Dragon Lee attacking him, you still feel that the crowd, that was hard. They didn't even no reaction and all. And poor Dragon Lee had to deal with this shit. And then Cody Rhodes, face off with Gunther. I don't know what that means, whatever that means. And having Cody go out there is Atlanta's own. It's Georgia, and Cody. Like, I just saw the fact that they brought everybody that was from Atlanta on this show. Even New Day's Xavier Woods made an appearance with his injured hands and all, and everybody from just trying to bring in everybody to make this show feel this show was dead before it even began. And we had Cody introduce Jay coming out, eating all over the place, Bronson, the segments with the Vision and all of that. The Vision, as of right now, considered the Vision dead. That team has been cursed ever since Rollins' injury, and it's how poetic how Rollins was handling a fake injury only for it to turn real. And this happened during the match with Bronson being not being able to continue the match because of just a basic move. And this is why we say when people come out here and they're talking about shit, I mean, you can say whatever you want about pro wrestling, but this ain't ballet. No shades to ballet, which spoiler here, I'll be reviewing one of the shows on the channel very soon on Hello Media's exclusive, and you will understand what I said. I'm no shades to ballet here, because that too ain't easy. But at the end of the day, you tend to see how things like this happen, and just from a basic roll through, so that it will counter the roll up. Bronson got hurt, the fingers got, and his shoulder and everything. And I'm like, fuck, this is not what that's supposed to happen. So I was just saying, you still saw Grand Americano Chad Gable, and Jay tried to make do with, I know referees were feeding in them more that headbutt from Americano. Like, how can you put yourself so much at risk and all of that? And it's just so crazy with Jay Uso, and I don't know for sure Jay's dad coming for us, anybody that criticizes his family. I mean, that family, we love that family, but at the end of the day, you can't keep, hiding behind the family. Jay is good as a tag team. Can we just go back to what made him great? Yes, the man came out on his own. We now know who he is. Can we just go back to, making this tag team division the best? I know they had to deal with the bad situation, and then with Jay having to get the victory. And so this is one of the things that this me with my conspiracy. I'm like, how much of this is for the unreal and how much of this is truly real? Because maybe what if Bronson is not really Bron Breakker is not really gonna make it, and obviously was they hitting up Bronson and all of that, and this is just me and my conspiracy theory. Oh, they just want to make something for the unreal, and if it is for the unreal, I hope they are paying Bronson Reed big bucks for staying off this WrestleMania card, because it sucks that he blew his two knees, Achilles, his two knees out, or jumping off that War Games last year. Yes, year before last, sorry, and missed last year WrestleMania, and now and again a bump shoulder, a tear in the biceps and all of that, and we heard he's going to be out indefinitely, and people are throwing up 4 to 6 months. That sucks. Missing 2 WrestleManias in a row, that has to be crazy for the young man, and I won't want to be him. And if you look at that situation and you're not feeling for that man, I don't know whether you have blood running through your streams, because I felt for that man right there. And then we had the Jey Uso won. Yeah, Jey Uso won. So Jay is going there. Talk about, putting in. Let's not even go in there. This show was crazy. Liv Morgan coming out, and I loved she being the Somba and all of that. And finally we got the subtitles to the segment last week where Stephanie Vaquer was talking to this thing, and I'm hearing Stephanie. Like, this is one of the things, and I'm from a country and in a continent where the opportunities to ever make it to a wrestling industry is 0 to nothing. I mean, you have to. it's not possible. It's definitely not possible. That's why people like Oba, people like them Kofi Kingstons of the world, and people out there that are outside from Africa that are making it in the wrestling industry and any other industry, we here that can't, we are fucking proud of them and we support them with our full hearts. So, but at the same time, I'm not going to, join anyone to that from here that go out there that was able to go out, that is able to like live here and make something out of themselves, and then I won't tolerate two things. Anyone from the other side trying to say you, and we from here trying to you can't blame somebody for coming from a place where opportunities was available, and neither can you blame someone or can you rub somebody's face, oh, if not because you came here you will amount to nothing. Like, none of that shit matters. None of that shit, okay, it matters, but none of that shit like really makes sense to like say to each other. So I really did not appreciate the fact that Stephanie Vaquer was now telling should Liv Morgan be like should Liv Morgan look down on herself, or should Liv Morgan 10 years in the industry, or for all of the years 10 years in this company and 10 years of working hard, should she look down on all her works and all her hard work just because she's American and because she had the opportunities were available? So if she wants, she could get it, versus you that you wanted it but could not get it, so you had to work twice as hard. Liv Morgan, I'm like, shit. Why? I understood why Liv would cry, because if you follow Liv's career from NXT, you will know that this girl put in the work. Like from the 5051 kid in New Jersey, with the pam pam, like kind of like a DJ kind of sound, from the tongue, the lollipop tongue, licking tongue, all that shit, and all of them, like all of these versions of Liv Morgan, to the Liv Morgan that was Lana's the sneaky link, to the Liv Morgan of the Riot Squad, to the Liv Morgan of always not having a match cancelled, to the Liv Morgan before Dominic, to the Liv Morgan of Judgment Day, to the Liv Morgan that became the MVP of a certain year, to the Liv Morgan that is the Royal Rumble winner. Like, we've had versions of this, and this lady has had to work her ass off. I mean, when she finally won everything and became the Crown Jewel champion and became a World Heavyweight champion and beat Becky Lynch and went to Saudi Arabia and did all the big things that she's been to now and becoming the star. I mean, this woman had like the people this woman outthrew Rhea Ripley. For you to be bigger than Rhea Ripley, it says a lot about what you've been doing as a career woman, and that is what Liv Morgan has done. So to have Stephanie, and Stephanie's obviously her opinion is subjective. Everybody has, but sometimes there are some things that should not leave somebody's mouth. Like, she could have that opinion and keep it to herself. So for her to bring it out and say that to Liv, personally, as a human being, I did not really like that shit, because I'm like, should Liv be blamed, or should Liv be looked down upon because she had the availability of options to be what she wanted to do? But this lady too has worked her ass off. So I love that segment, Liv coming out down on herself. I'm like, at the end of the day, because we human beings will always have people come tell us why we don't deserve what we have worked hard for, or look down on our own because maybe theirs was way harder, or maybe we should feel bad for how we got ours, and I just love the fact that Liv showed us that emotion, showed us that yes, this got to me and everything. And if you thought I'm not gonna challenge you because you of what you said to me, and then go to where I will not be emotional, because sometimes this is I don't know if it was CM Punk or who said this. Wrestling is a conflict business. If you think I'm going to bypass this conflict, I'm going to bypass it because I don't want the so-called conflict, or because I feel threatened by your words, you're highly mistaken. I mean, come on. Jade Cargill had the easiest job in the easiest payday, easiest work day. Come in there, stand there, and nobody picked her. Girl, she had to move. And Liv, my goodness, Liv gave Stephanie a whammy. I'm like, that is how you do it, and pick Stephanie. And I know that's not a shocker. We all knew that was where they were going when they were throwing all those put-out words around, all of that shit. So shout out to Liv Morgan, Stephanie Vaquer. We're about to see one of the best. I mean, if they could give them time. If crazy Trick motherfucking Williams. Yes, I'm buying into the hype. I'm buying into the fucking hype. Trick Williams, you are looking great promo by him. I love everything, the way he curates his words. Indeed, the way he is our black kid. With all the jabs and all the jives. Love that shit. Brock Lesnar open challenge at Mania. What the fuck? And shilling that Lesnar will be coming in all through all these Raws from match starting from next week, I believe. So it's just like, but Oba was back there. It's crazy. Javon Evans is good. This kid is something else. I really, 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 really fuck with Javon, and I can't fucking wait. Raquel is going to. I was shocked, and all the drama that we expected from the women's elimination chamber gone. I also wanted to mention that Javon came out with Offset. So yeah, I mean, it's a dream to sometimes celebrities that always making it possible for these stars. But the question of the day here was like, talk about how fucked up this Raw was for Raquel to qualify. And I'm looking and I'm like, because the episode before this, which will have come out here on the channel. You can watch it. Me and Hakeem, first timer on the podcast, a non-wrestling fan, a wrestling fan nonetheless, but not the avid one. And I talked about the fact that I would, in as much as Charlotte did not make the qualification, and that was the person I personally thought was gonna win the Elimination Chamber. That was my pick, but she didn't even qualify for the match, and I'm like, oh shit. So who else is there? And I did not even want Io. I don't want Rhea, because I wanted Rhea to have those segments where she literally bloodies her partner and all of that. But like, we need to get the Io Rhea at WrestleMania. But I think that we ain't saying that shit, because Io did not qualify. Charlotte did not qualify, so we are not even having that breakup in that chamber. So the chamber this year, last year we had the best women's chamber, just the opening segment. In fact, the best chamber in a very fucking while. We know, with Jade Kaki coming in like a house on fire, like a woman out for blood, and just literally beating the holy heavens out of Naomi. And that segment was beautiful. That match was incredible. Bianca winning and all of that. So like this year, there's nobody is there. The only heel that is there is Oscar. And Oscar and Oscar and Rhea. No, Raquel is, man, I don't know. They are sure do making things so clusterfuck and so looking complicated. I love the fact that nothing is really predictable. Everything is just so. Is not predictable in a good way. It's more of like, what is going on here? That's how I feel for me. I don't know about you. So now the report, like I said, the report for Bronson Reed was out, and Bronson Reed now going to be out for indefinitely. That's what Michael said. The vision is really cost on. Like I am very sure even Heyman did not see this coming. This has to be the craziest shit to ever happen. And then the best thing to ever happen onto this show. And he could not even save the show nonetheless. AJ Styles wants to be a full-time dad. AJ Styles comes out and finally addressed not dropping the gloves on doing after his match at Royal Rumble. And when he said he wanted to do it home. And I'm like, girl, man, you definitely have to, because at the end of the day, everybody had an issue that, even if he was supposed to retire, is it at Saudi Arabia? Nothing against the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, nothing against the country of Saudi Arabia. It's more of like, everybody would have wanted the opportunity that all his fans, all those that loved and supported him, watched him through New Japan, TNA, all of his indie run and all of that. Everybody would have wanted like those fans to have the opportunity. Like, imagine if this retired last year where we had 70,000 fans and all fans conglomerate, flying from around the world. It's not the same. Does not feel the same with Saudi Arabia, because that's like a country where not like everybody push it, but they are trying to open up the country for everybody, and that's their vision for Vision 2030. So they are pushing their festivities and pushing their attractions and experience and all. And I think even the Royal Rumble this year, some fans from around the country were able to attend to. So like, fans were really mad that if Edge is really going, him leaving on the show where not everybody could attend, really wasn't like something. So I like AJ explaining that, like, okay, so I wanted to have something for us, something for my fans here, something home base, and that he finally did drop the jacket, drop the gloves, in the ring, and finally we can say he retired. WWE finally they did indeed give him that big box, huh? Because we know everybody wants AJ to leave WWE and head out, to where and Tony might even have the blank check ready for him, ready to go. But one of the crazy newsworthy this thing that came out of here was, everybody came out. Oh, we had Abyss, we had PD Williams, we had Kazarian. If you told me all these guys would be on WWE TV in 2026 when we're watching TNA, I will tell you go fuck yourself, because that shit ain't happening. And here we are in a world where all of these people are appearing on TV. We had all these guys, come out to clap, and Sesame Rulavexu came out. So we had everybody come out there and wish, and then the Undertaker's gong went through. Even AJ's family was at ringside. I mean, to have the kids come out on Monday nights, while we have school to go, for them to go the next day, that has to be a great crazy decision. But they had that opportunity nonetheless, and proud their daddy is coming home, and he addressed not wearing the suit because he used the suit to beat up Cody Rhodes the other time, so he wanted to just come in as the fucking AJ Styles. And we had the Undertaker come out, the gong come out, and the Undertaker ride his bike out there. And even made a joke of like, I had a saying then, when you see me coming, you're going. You're already gone, because your ass is next. But he said he's tricked it over the years, and now when you see him coming, you're going. And at that time I'm like, holy shit, what's going on here? And Undertaker did announce that the newest inductee to join the 2026 class of WWE's Hall of Fame is none other than fucking AJ Styles. There you heard it. AJ is entering into the Hall of Fame, and my goodness, I'm very sure the pay would be big. He will be paid royally. He will be home. Maybe in future AJ might just find one or two things to do with WWE. I'm very sure. But for them to keep him and put him in the Hall of Fame, like, they're really telling AJ, we need you to stay with the family. They are keeping that window so tight up in the way that they don't want nothing. No, they don't even want AJ breathing. They want AJ locked in. And how locked in will you be that we have people that have retired and died? People that have retired, they are dead, they're deserving to be in the Hall of Fame, and they are yet to be inducted, they are yet to be, given the honors. And AJ, rounding up his tenure, 10 years in the business, retiring. AJ is in before The Rock. AJ is in before John Cena. Let that sink in. AJ is in before, like, there are people out there. Jim fucking Cornette is still out there, still not inducted. There are people out there, the Victoria, like, people out there that have not been inducted. AJ Styles, this is not a shit to AJ Styles or something, but this is a way of saying that that's WWE telling this man that, man, we want you here. We don't want you going nowhere, because if AJ leaves this place and wrestles anywhere else, all the buzz, it's gonna be crazy, and they don't want him making no fucking money for any other person aside from them. So they're gonna, monetize AJ, use AJ to, make as it should be. Business wise, I fucking fuck with that. I love people that understands what they have and don't even want to lose it. I would do too if I'm a business person. If I was a business person, that's what I would do. I would try to make sure I keep AJ Styles, because that's a legend. You can use him with TNA. You have partnership with TNA. You want to monetize that. You want to get money out of that. You want to do attraction. You want to sell more t-shirts. Like, having that intellectual property, just walk out of your site, walk out of your company when you need to continue to raise the stake of the Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. You have to give back to the board of directors. You have to give back to the stocks. You have to raise the stocks. And with AJ there, you can make it way better. We have John Cena now, an ambassador. You have AJ add up there. That's more ambassadors, more names that people know. More names that are lively, more names that are still young, fresh, going out there, solicit for the company, be a brand ambassador, move the company to the next batch. I won't fault them. As a fan, I'm like, as the pro wrestling fan in me, I would have loved to see AJ against Kenny Omega. Fuck that shit. WWE says fuck that shit, and they're paying AJ. AJ is going into the Hall of Fame, and I don't know if he's gonna be the headliner, but people are saying this might just be the headliner. But I don't know if we've ever had a woman headline Hall of Fame class. That looks like what Stephanie can possibly do, and would be deserving. Or would she have earned one of the McMahons? I believe she should be the first McMahon going in to the Hall of Fame. I don't know. if maybe McMahon Senior has already entered, but to have the only breeding McMahon leave a woman to go in there, I would love to see her, headline. But I can understand that it's going to be a tough choice between she and AJ Styles, and whoever headlines, I don't give a damn, as long as AJ and Stephanie is going to the Hall of Fame. That's all that matters, and I know for sure. And I hope they don't do this thing after SmackDown, because that's crazy. Can we have a separate day? Thursday is free. I know Thursday night with Impact and all of that. Wednesday night is free. Fuck shit. Make it Hall of Fame night. Wednesday night, let it go head to head with AEW Dynamite. Let's just make business. Let's go rowdy. Let's go crazy. Let's just have a separate night. Everybody wearing their suit, everybody looking good, clean up, and all that shit. And attending the event, the Hall of Fame ceremony. We can even have it on Monday's Monday Night Raw. We can have it Tuesday after NXT. Oh shit. Oh man, and they need to really think about doing it. This after SmackDown shit is crazy, and with the West Coast kind of thing with the man, that's gonna be fucked up. But man, this was a fucking show. This was a bomb of a show. And please, the writers there, the people there, they need to up this shit, because man, we cannot be dealing with this kind of shit during WrestleMania season. Wow. You had me standing in for almost 30 minutes, trying to get this show, crank this show in, and putting this show out for you. Thank you so much. This was the After the Match podcast with your host, Samuel Lyon, and this was the report and the review for Monday Night Raw in Atlanta. And there you have it, guys. Congratulations to AJ. Thank you, AJ, for all you do. We fucking love you right down here. Thank you so much. And this was After the Match podcast.